Okay, I guess we'll start. Let's get going.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess, what's happening next? He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine. From pain it's a blessing, new focus, no guessing. Just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, I leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts. Never waste time, you got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off, what do you like? Make a dream job, no 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the fucking hours it takes to get some power. Don't be sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And all the doubters, they're just downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm pissed off at these clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm pissed off at these clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm pissed off at these clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
right, guys, what's going on? How's everyone doing? How's the volumes, voice, stuff like that? Mixing around for you guys. Anyway, I thought we'd do a random Friday live stream. Don't know if anyone's around or not, but I guess we will find out. I was gonna maybe wait till tonight and maybe try some evening streams just to see how that works, but I don't know. Regardless, we're here now. Maybe later. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's do a quick roll call, see what we got going on here. Hopefully nothing's all messed up. Sometimes from my voice switcher thing, I start recording the videos and I'll record like a half a video and not realize my voice changer thing is on. And then I'll go into it and it'll just be a complete disaster mess. I have to re-record my whole video because my voice sounds like something crazy, like, you know, maybe something like this. So I'd be recording like this and be like, oh my gosh, this is not good. Or, you know, this would happen and I'm back from, you know, ultimate death, just like Ethereum maybe, but here we are. So, yeah, by the way. Fudweiser. All right, so we got all that out of the way. How's it going, everybody? Let's just go through a quick roll call here and see what's going on. All right, so we got Run Punts. What's going on? Mike Baldwin, what's happening? He's off dying away in Arc Land like crazy. Oh, we got Bad Cat. Argon Strider, what's happening? Box Fan. MW3 PLA. Rig 5. Yes, Rig 5. I got to bring him front and center here again sometime soon. Alabadias. Jakabasakas. I'm sorry, man. I butchered that. Spaceman V. Tom Ollie Koya Kuzama, he loves this song. Awesome. What's up? What's going on? Oofer, what's happening, Oofer? Back Cat again. And Crypto Baltus surfing. Am I missing anybody? Am I missing? Trying to scroll through. Balls mining for people. What's happening? Hey, mining for people. That's a pool, isn't it? Are you from the pool? There's a mining for people pool. I'm 100% sure. What coin is that on? Oh my gosh, I keep switching so many things around, looking at so many coins, and I forget stuff. But I know that's a pool. Mining for people is a pool. Good lord, sir. Dustin Holt, what's going on? All right, so yeah, anyway, what's everyone doing? What's happening? LOL miners allow dual mining F plus Caspa. Yes, I seen that the other day. Maybe I'll do a video on it. I've never mined Caspa. I never mined the lithium thing. You know, I've made some how-to videos on how to do it, but I've never mined longer than pretty much however long the how-to video was. So I don't know. For me, it doesn't really benefit me to dual mine anything. It uses more power, and when I use more power, especially, it adds up. You got to remember, you might think, oh, it's only an extra 20 watts here, 50 watts there, but depending on how many GPUs you have, that starts adding up. And the more it adds up, based on the larger your farm is, it's going to cost me, the way my power is, an extra 2 to 3 cents per kilowatt hour. So it doesn't make sense for me personally to start dual mining and stuff, because I'm not going to make up the profits of the extra power and stuff that I'm using. But regardless, you know, maybe you do, depending how you are. But for me, no, I don't do it. Kilosense, man. Yeah, Kilosense. Voice is perfect. Awesome. Castle plus F, lots of power needed. Okay, good to know. I am staying away from that, but you know, we still got to test it. I'll try it out one of these days here, but yeah, I probably won't do it long term. I know a lot of people, there's a lot of talk out there, you know, lithium, it's going to be the next Ethereum. Caspa, it was spec mining for a long time, recently dropped, well, it's still spec mining, but at least has exchanges now, so that's a good thing. But yeah, I don't know what the profitability or anything is on it actually. But yeah, you're the owner of the pool. Oh, you're the owner of the mining for people pool. Awesome. I gotta go through my Discord. Which coin? Don't switch. We go through all my coins here. We got some DMs happening. NFT, Neoxa, Kaka, Raptor Queen, Vicox. Is that from there? No. Yeah, it is. Is that on Vicox? I don't know. I mix up. I go through so many different Discords and looking at coins constantly. I get things mixed up. But I do know that I've seen that and it's cool. For anyone delayed in the stream, change your playback speed to 1.5 or 2x. You'll catch up to live. There's a delay going on, or as soon as you join, it should be good. Or the refresh button should fix that. I didn't notice much of a delay when I was with countdown time or anything, but maybe there was. I don't know. I sound funny at times too. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. So do I sound pretty funny at times too? What about this? You guys are on time too now. What are we gonna do? You're probably gonna go down to 0.5. You're gonna go to 0.5. I don't know. Now it's sound like I'm an auctioneer. Did you even understand anything I just said? Because I couldn't really think as fast as I was trying to talk. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Oh, you're mining ETC and Flux. Nice. For those that joined late and worry what they missed. Oh, looking at cat. Then you don't miss anything. Oh, shush, shush. You're mining ETC. ETC mining is now more profitable than F. Yes and no. It depends how you look at it. Currently, today, it is back down. Yesterday, we did see some nice pumps on Ethereum Classic, but this is how I look at things. Look at this. Neo just pumped back up here. You know, before power, it's on par with F. After power, it's obviously less because it is on Kapow. If you didn't see the video, they got 51% double spent attack recently. Someone attacked the network. Sounds like it was through Nice Hash again. This is why I highly condemn Nice Hash, but it sounds like they went through Nice Hash. The people double spent. They had over 51% control of the network, and they made up fake tokens on top of that. So they sold off 10 million tokens, reorged the chain, got the 10 million tokens back, and sold them again. So they mined 10 million, sold 20 million. So 10 million tokens were made up fake tokens, but there already has been sold and gone through the exchanges. So you can't kick it back. There's no more reorgs. They have the cash in hand. It's on a different chain or back at them, whatever happens. But it got attacked. That's what happened there. And now, two exchanges, you have a 720 confirmation going on, which is about 12 hours. So in theory, if you see a pump happening, like maybe that's what's going on now, because the hash rate is back to 133. It was down to, I think, 80 the other day. It was up to about 240 gigahash, if I remember right. 3-4 days ago, attack happened. It was slowly dropping. I believe it bottomed out around 80, and now it looks like the hash rate's picking back up around 133 gigahash, and it's starting to become fairly profitable. So in order for that to happen, it looks like the price is coming back up. That could be due to the Minecraft listing, or not listing, but it looks like they are going ahead. Potentially about a 90% chance that Minecraft will happen. As we know, Minecraft has been banning crypto more in the NFT world other than straight out crypto. But then if anything happens in the future, like say Neoxa decides to implement NFTs, then they'd be banned from Minecraft. Or if Minecraft anytime in the future, they could decide, you know, to ban all crypto. So it's kind of up in the air, but right now they comply with what they want to do with all the basic regulations. So it seems like it may go through on Minecraft currently. Again, I don't know for sure, but we'll see what happens there. So that's what's going on with Neo, but it looks like it is pumping there, but you're probably going to miss the pump. Like I said, if it's pumping now, you send your coins over there to sell. 12 hours later, you'll be able to sell them, and then, you know, the pump could potentially be gone at that time. So, you know, it kind of hurts the network. These attacks are just, they're not good, but yeah. Bad stuff, bad stuff. What's going on, Yashnik? What's happening? He's in here with the wee. Oh, what are you guys up to? So back to the whole ETC thing. So yesterday, ETC was pumping pretty good. It was outperforming Ethereum by quite a bit. And then people come into something like what to mine. They see it's the new coin. And, you know, you have a lot of the profit switches out there. And in my mind, unless a coin is able to maintain top profitability for a couple days, I would not recommend just swapping to a coin. Now, most of these pools that we mine on, remember, they're PPLNS. What does that mean is you got to build up a share log versus PPS, which is pay per share. Now, on a pay per share pool, you can go there, mine. You right away, you start getting, you sending your shares, you're getting full validation of each share. But basing on statistics, large farms can come in potentially and say, you know, say a block is about to be found. They can kind of do the math estimation there. You know, it's all luck based at the same time. But say it's a smaller pool, you've been mining on for a while, it's PPS, then all of a sudden a large farm comes in because it's been X amount of time since the last block. So like, oh, a block's about to hit. They come in, send in mass amount of shares and literally steal more than you have, because they probably send a lot more shares than what you've been sending for the past hour or two, right? So they can come in and steal your profits on PPS pools. That's why a lot of these pools and a lot of miners now use like EtherMine and all the flexible, everything is PPLNS logs. You build up a share log, and depending on the size of that log, some are only 4 hours, some are 1 hour, some are 12 hours, depending on the pool, what they use. But once you get that up, you're not giving full shares until you fill up that share log, and then you actually start getting the full value for your rigs. So with most of these pools being PPLNS, people come to what to mine. They look at the most profitable coin. It's only ahead 5 cents, 10 cents, whatever. As we saw ETC yesterday, most of the pools are PPLNS, and people just move there. Now, obviously today we see that's not the case anymore. It's not due to price crashing, but we went up about 12 terahash on Ethereum Classic. It was around 26. Now we're sitting at 32 terahash. So people that came here, by the time you move to this, firstly, you're too late. If you've seen it's here, you're moving here, so is other people that is looking for the profits, and you're too late. It's probably already going to drop off. Example, Neo is probably going to drop off soon. You know, whatever. Bitcoin Gold has been pumping good. It may drop off soon. But by the time you get to here, and then you actually get your shares ramped up, and then you're losing shares on your Ethereum pool. So now you're like, oh, and I'm going to go back to Ethereum. So you probably lost money in the whole process of switching. So I'd really recommend sticking with a coin that you know where it's roughly going to stay at, not just move to certain coins and pools because it pumped for a couple hours or a day. But yeah, right now Ethereum Classic did drop back down. Now obviously, if you're running Ipollo miners, 4 gigabyte cards or anything like that, you've been hanging out on Ethereum the whole time and you're probably having happy times. But people that just swapped over, probably in a different story, and it's no longer the top coin for you. So just a little background on, you know, think before you just start moving to these other coins, because there's other factors that factor in depending on the pool and stuff that you use when it comes down to profitability. Does that make sense to everybody? Everyone understand that? Kind of, hopefully. Most of you probably know that anyway, but you know, there might be some new guy here that doesn't really know what he's doing, but that'll help it out. The problem you talk about now is why we always do PPLNS. Yeah, that's why. That's exactly why, because people didn't want pool hoppers and stuff like that, and PPLNS logs solves the fact of pool hoppers, because you got to remain on the pool to actually start getting your full hash rate and shares that you're actually sending. So PPLNS is good to keep miners on a pool long term. What is that? Financial advice? That is zero financial advice in every shape or form. If you want to profit switch all day, you can do it all you want. Which brings me to another little keep in mind everything I just said. Now there's profit switching software that's kind of floating around now. I saw one in Discord called Rainbow something. I don't know what's the full name. I saw a couple GitHubs for third-party programs that you can install within Hive OS. I don't know if it's legit or not. I'm not telling anyone to use any of this. I don't know if you can program. I imagine you have the capability to program each algorithm based on the miner it's using and stuff like that. But the PPLNS logs and everything is still going to come into play, because if you're profit switching, if it's swapping and finding a new coin every 4 hours, every 3 hours, every 6 hours, you're probably going to be losing because of it being a PPLNS pool. So I don't know how they work. I haven't tried them, but it looks like the software is coming out for not Hive OS officially. Again, it's third party. You got to install in the background. Is it trustworthy? No idea, but these things are coming. But you just got to keep your mind on these other factors where you think you're probably profit switching, but you may actually be losing. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with all that stuff as more and more info and testing and stuff happens. I haven't tried it at all. I just saw the links, said, okay, well, not for me right now, but we'll see. I am mining for the extra yield, then sell in the future. Yeah, that's a very good way to do it. I actually took some profits the other day, and the whole market went up. It wasn't just Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic had great gains though. As you can see, are we still up? Let's go to USD. I am usually on Canada here, and for us Canadians, Yashnik, he knows what I'm talking about. Everything looks great. Budweiser, he knows, but everyone from USA comes in here like, oh my gosh, it really pumped. Oh no, it's Canadian, and gets everyone's hopes up, and then you crash and get depression or something. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Hopefully you don't. But it looks like we're coming down a little bit here, but we've seen some nice price gains in the whole market. So everything came up, and because of it, I was debating on swapping everything over to stable coins, because I don't expect this to last. I ignore, yes, you know, states kind of declared a recession. At the same time, they're trying to redefine the whole meaning of what is a recession. So it's kind of funny how the government, if it doesn't match what they want to do or how they make money, they can just change anything at any time in the world. And obviously to everyone else, we just have to go along with it because the government said so. I disagree with that, but regardless, everything went up. I really don't think the markets are going to stay. I'd made a few videos on this whole situation in the past bear markets. July, August, we always see this July, August pump. Sometimes it's only in July, sometimes it lasts to July and halfway through August. Sometimes it just happens in August, but it's within the same, couple months. So we always see this happening in the past couple bear runs right after we initially hit the bear market, crypto winter. I don't think we're actually in. We're just starting the winter. The winter isn't here yet. So by the end of the year, I think the bottom will still come. We'll probably see at least another 50% drop across the whole crypto market. But I did do those videos on that, and that's why I'm debating. I'm probably gonna swap everything to stable coins. I did take some profits to cover the power for this month, so next month I will have my power and everything covered, power bill paid. So I'm thinking, do I try solo mining Ethereum for one more month before it's gone? It could be gone by the end of next month, early September. Should I, a whole bunch of different things, or do I just stable coin the rest up and wait for the bottom to actually come into play and then just throw it all into Bitcoin or maybe something that has huge gains? Remember, if ETC had some nice pumps, this could be a little factor moving into the next bull run. Now, I still think it's going to be heavy ASIC. Once Ethereum is gone, every ASIC seems to be able to have the capability, or at least 90% of them, to move over to Ethereum Classic now, ever since Silicon did drop that firmware update. It sounds like almost a one-way trip. It's very hard to get back to Ethereum algorithm once you do go to ETC, but the A10 Pros and stuff now can move to ETC as well. So with that being said, and we've seen these big gains, the next bull run, maybe we could see some huge gains on ETC, but is it going to be enough? I don't know. I really think, I don't know how big it'll pump to, but I really think that currently right now with Ethereum, that we are going to be more profitable right now on GPUs than the next peak of the next bull run. That's how much I think it's changing. But again, it does come down to how many miners quit. It's going to take 60% of probably residential miners or more to quit mining. That's what it's going to come down to, because it isn't going to be profitable. I don't see any numbers anywhere that's going to point out that GPU mining is safe. It's definitely going to change for a lot of people, and people with higher power prices are going to feel it a lot sooner, and it all depends on the hardware you're running. A farm, say two people are both running 15 cents per kilowatt hour, a farm of 3080s is going to have to shut off a lot sooner than a farm of 82000. So it's going to come down to the efficiency of your hardwares. It's going to come down to your power price, and ultimately difficulty and miners quitting. It's going to be very, very crazy coming in once Ethereum is gone. So I don't know. And if you're still looking to buy GPUs, I know the prices are coming down, but honestly, don't buy a GPU right now. I would stay away from them, because when Ethereum leaves, current under MSRP prices are going to be scalper prices. We're going to see a huge drop in GPU prices after Ethereum is gone, because there's going to be a lot of people trying to start selling off their rigs. There already are more and more people starting to sell and asking if they should sell. And obviously, if you're asking the question, you're done for already. So if you really wanted to get ROI value out of it in terms of resale value, you would have sold your GPUs 4 or 5 months ago. But I know we're all greedy. We want to just get as much Ethereum or whatever it is that we can, and then wait till the last minute. Well, the boat is gone. GPU sales is probably not going to happen anymore. So keep that in the back of your mind. You're probably stuck with them. But yeah, you never know. You never know. I get a GTX 660 Ti for free. Nice. You're getting a nice. That's what I mean. Like, so I saw a Reddit post earlier this morning. They're like, what's the price per mega hash on GPUs? I want to sell my farm. Everyone's like, I think you missed the boat, buddy. And I was like, well, GPUs are probably going to be free soon, so you probably totally missed the boat. Then I said, just kidding. But obviously, prices are going to get a lot lower. So if you're really in the market to pick up more GPUs and stuff, I would wait. Seriously. Prices are going to get a lot lower than what they currently are now. I know You're just coming out of this big scalper trend. GPUs are 3 times the price. Everything's looking good now, but it's gonna look a lot better once Ethereum is gone. If you're really bullish on GPUs and you want to get some, I would highly wait. You could quadruple your farms, you know, for the same amount of prices buying GPUs as you would in the past couple months. It's crazy. I'm just buying. We have 0.02 USD kilowatt hour. Oh, North Norway. I'm moving there. That is insane. That is wicked. 0.002, less than a cent of power. Wow. Wow. That's awesome. Free GPUs and free power. What more do you want? Exactly. Hey, if you have free power, you're running solar, then obviously you're going to at least be a little bit profitable. If you're running solar, don't have any power bills or anything whatsoever, you got it fully covered, then, you know, you might make 20 cents. Awesome. I'm just kidding, but things are going to be pretty bad for a while, guys. I am mowing to you're moving to Norway right now. Yeah, me too. We're all heading to Norway. Hopefully they got good retail land for sale there. So what else should we look at? Oh yeah, I did do that. I do have a Flux node here, guys, as you can see. Bam. So here's my, not a Flux node, but it's a Titan shared node. I got my Titan node. My rewards have gone down a little bit. We're at 6.97, 8.09. I can't remember what it was at, 8.33% when I first started. 7.15 or 2 or something was my monthly rewards. But I'm down to 6.97 as more nodes and everything come online. Obviously, our APY does start to drop. I'm hanging out with 0.96 Flux. I cannot yet redeem anything because you guys can't even see what I'm pushing right now. So I'm going to go full screen. So I cannot yet redeem anything until I actually get at least enough Flux to be able to cover the fees to redeem. So yeah, and you know, it's not worth it because I would wait for the whole term, because the more you redeem, the more fees you're gonna have, and as it seems like the fees are expensive. If you think about it, like, what's a transaction? Like 0.96 Flux, and I still can't redeem. It's gonna be at least a Flux before you can pay for your transaction. That's starting to seem kind of on the expensive side. Now you might think, oh, it's only whatever because Flux is so low, but what if Flux hits $1,000? That means it's $1,000 to redeem this transaction right here. That's a pretty high transaction cost. I don't know. Oh, crazy. Yeah, I locked it in for 1 year, 12 months, so we'll see what happens in 1 year from now. Flux fees are expensive, especially Fusion. Yeah, what was that? When I had to swap it, I did do that too. Right here. Yeah, right here. Swap Flux BSC to Flux because Crypto.com, actually, they only have the Binance chain version. So I swapped some ETH into that to get my 1,000 to make a Cumulus node. Then my bandwidth didn't support it. So then I wasn't worth it to rent a VPS because what you make out of it wouldn't even cover VPS fees. So I decided to roll with the Titan node. I don't have to pay for anything, nothing come out of it. You just pretty much, like a Raptorium smart node, get your daily type of rewards out of it. But yeah, fees look really expensive. It took 4 Flux for me to flux a little over 1,000 Flux from Binance chain to that. So it took a little bit of BNB as well as 4 Flux. So like I said, Flux hits $1,000. I spent $4,000 swapping 1,000 Flux over. So that's absolutely insane. You think Ethereum has high gas fees? Wow. I'm just kidding. No smack talk on Flux. Flux has big future ahead of us, guys. Big future. Oh, anyway. Norway is one of the most expensive places on the planet. Beautiful but expensive. Yeah. Oh, how much is it over in Norway? I don't even want to know. You probably said it up there and I missed it. Why does Norway have barcodes on their ships? So when the ships return home, they can Scandinavia. What? Oh my gosh. Is the band still together? Yep. Tenacious D. Oh yeah, the band. Awesome. Yeah. Wicked news. What else should we look at? So we can look a little bit into the old GPU mineable coins right now. Wrong spreadsheet, but I do have my public one here. I'll give you guys a link later on. I've been spreading around to other people's live streams past week or so they could play with this. But you know, this is just to kind of give us an idea of what you guys even see that. Oh, I think I made this one. Yes, I made this one so you can see it. So just to give an idea, so this is mine. So whatever I do, no one can mess this one up, the public one. I don't even know what the numbers are looking right now because everyone can play with everything. But to sum up how this works, you got your coins per day here. This is based on block time and block reward. Times that per 24 hours. This is your coins mined. That times the price equals how much they're paying to miners per 24 hours. This is real time. As you can see, it has this little import data here. This is real time pricing on the coins based on wherever it's pulling it from. And that gives you how much it's currently making. As we can see, like last time we looked at this a week or two ago, we were down to 400 and some thousand. Flux or ETC actually went up 200,000 to over $200,000. You know, in the past week in terms of how much it's paying its miners from that little price bump. So that's looking good. That's looking awesome. But that's real. Raven coin is in third. Awesome. But we can scroll down here and we can actually look at how things may look. Now, we're going to look and see, you know, what is Flux going to have to hit to be the next go-to. Like we were talking $1,000 a coin. So let's look at $1,000 a coin. So 1,000, we're paying 27 million. So in theory, if Flux legitly hits $1,000 per coin in the next bull run, will that happen? 99% chance no, but then it will slightly be more profitable than Ethereum is right now with that much of a pump. Oh my gosh, like that's insane. So that could potentially make Flux the next go-to and actually be able to handle the hash rate currently. But remember, we're still comparing this to Ethereum in the current bear market. So we're not looking for any 3 to 4 month ROIs. We're still over a year here. And that's with Flux pumping to whatever this is. Now, what is the current price of Flux actually? Flux. So I don't even have you in here. So that shows you how much I pay attention to that. What's the current price of Flux? Anybody know? Actually, I can just scroll up and it will tell me. Duh. Flux is about 51 cents right now, and it's only paying miners $13,000. 51 cents. Wow. And to hit 1,000, it has to hit $1,000 to cater the miners. So obviously, Flux is not the next go-to, not for quite some time. That's why I really think, you know, we need at least a few cycles for these coins to maintain what it's actually going to do. So I'm just going to put this back down to 200. This is kind of where we were guessing where future runs could go. Let's take a look at Ergo now. What does Ergo need to hit to become the next go-to to support the hash rate? Now, Ergo does have a kicker that some people don't realize. So as you can see, look at the coins mined per day, 8,640. But if we look at today, Ergo is at 34,560 coins. Now, why are they so much different? If you haven't been following Ergo, they released a new emission schedule, which in theory is better than the old one, even though you might not agree because this extended how long coins will actually be minted. But every 3 months now, from I believe it was June, maybe it was early July, sometime in June, but every 3 months, Ergo is going to be dropping its block reward, 3 Ergo every 3 months. So if we're predicting 2025-ish for that next bull run, 3 years of every 3 months of Ergo dropping, we're only going to be down to like a 12 Ergo block reward. Right now we're at 48 or something like that. So we're going to only be getting 8,640 coins per day out of Ergo in the next bull run. So we're going to need huge price increases to make maintaining hash rate on there a lot. So let's take, what if Ergo hits, let's start with 1,000. What if Ergo hits 1,000? 8.6 million. $1,000 Ergo is hardly making anything. You know, it might seem like a big number, 8.6 million, guys, but remember, Ethereum right now is paying miners 22.8 million. So, you know, we probably got to go to 2,000 here. We got to at least double that. So Ergo is going to need like $2,000. $2,000, and we are still less profitable on Ergo than Ethereum is currently paying us in our bear market. Now remember, we're gonna have all these coins to switch to. There isn't gonna be one go-to coin. The next bull run is not gonna have a go-to coin. People are gonna be switching all the time, and just like we looked at what to mine, probably gonna be swapping all the time because there's profit switches all over the place. But this is pretty crazy, guys. Pretty crazy. Ergo will be a monster. Yeah, 2,000, 17.8, like, to maintain hash rate, I'm saying to keep your GPUs as profitable as they are right now. I don't even know. Let's try 3,000 Ergo. 25. Okay, so you know, that's a nice range, you know, 27, 28, 2,800 Ergo. whatever, 24 million, that's pretty close. $2 million, you're not going to really notice too much of a difference in terms of all the mining hash rate. But look at this. We need $2,800 per ergo coin in the next bull run for it to maintain slightly more profitable than Ethereum currently is right now. You can see kind of how these prices have to adjust. So if you think this coin's going to pump, you really think Ergo's going to hit $2,800 next bull run? It's crypto, maybe. It might. We don't know, but I highly doubt it. But we don't know. Is Flux going to hit $2,000? I don't know. So, but remember, we're not going to hit these. But, you know, with every coin here added up, hopefully every coin can at least match what Ethereum currently is in this bear market, which is why I'm saying right now with Ethereum in this bear market is probably more profitable than what the next bull run is going to look like without this single coin right here. It's going to play that much of effect on everybody. Like, it's a major. I really think the end of Ethereum is worse than any crypto winter because none of this can support the hash rate. Now, the factors that we cannot put into this chart is miners quitting. And obviously, like I said, it's going to come down to miners quitting. And all you guys are out there, oh, GPUs are cheap. I'm buying GPUs. I'm building my farm. I'm going to make a huge farm. I'm going commercial. I'm doing this. You know, we have all these hopes and dreams, but if everybody's thinking like this, it sounds like no miners are going to quit. So if no miners quit, everybody is going to be unprofitable unless you have probably less than 5 cents per kilowatt hour. Those are the only guys that can probably be able to stay online. And with that, I don't know, like everything's going to balance itself out eventually. Obviously, you might mine at break-even points, maybe slightly under, but miners will quit if they're not making a little bit of profit or able to accommodate that. So the balance will average out here. Miners will quit, but the profitability still probably won't come up. You're definitely going to be hodling crypto for a few cycles in terms of GPUs, at least until some of these coins really do start picking up the pace and doing what we all think and hope their potential is going to be. So hopefully that brings a little bit of insight to some of you guys, because, you know, all I see out there is buying, and no one really realizes the potential effects that could be happening. It's really going to come down to you guys quitting, and it sounds like nobody wants to quit. I'm quitting. I'm telling you guys right now, if I'm only making 5 or 10 cents a day, I will probably quit. Why? Because I'll shut my GPUs off. I'll slap on, you know, some ASICs. I'll have the Ipollos running on ETC if it's profitable. If there's too much hash rate there competing with mining farms, obviously I'll have to shut those off too. I'll shut the jazz miners off. I'll shut everything off. If I'm only making about 5 cents, I don't find it worthwhile for me to mine. I'll shut them off. I'll drop my power price by another 3, 4, 5 kilowatt hours by killing off all my GPU stuff, and then run my CPUs, and then they'll be at a cheaper price. I may be able to run my CPUs without my GPUs and stuff at maybe 10 or 11 cents per kilowatt hour and have a better chance that way than my GPUs. So that's why I like to go all rounded. You know, I got some Chia going, a little bit of helium here, got CPUs, I got GPUs, and if something looks bad, I just shut it off. I have no issue with that. I'm telling you, I will shut my GPUs off. I am not buying GPUs, and I'm definitely waiting until prices drop, because I do plan on testing other GPUs. I've been waiting forever to potentially test some 6000 though, but now is not the time to buy. I really think prices are going to be crashing on GPUs here coming into the future, and I'll wait till that for it to happen. But I'm dabbling a little bit in everything, always looking at profitabilities, and if something's not profitable, just shut it off, because I'm already telling you I'm going to. I see me shutting off GPUs. Maybe you don't, but maybe you should look at those numbers another time and start opening up. Anyway, back to what I said. I'm going to give this to you guys, actually. Here's a link. Here's the public one, just so you guys can see all this. Copy. So I'm going to give you guys the public link so you guys can play with this for yourselves. Play around with that. There's a public link to this one. You guys have played around. I can see, yeah, people messed everything up already. Like, no offense, it's for you guys to play with. I could probably change this later on, but as you can see, like, I would recommend everybody to potentially change. I'm gonna go full screen here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But change the bottom one. It's labeled last all-time high. Change this one around at the bottom here. Play with these numbers, just the prices. That way this one can remain on current profitability. So now, yeah, I'm gonna have to go through everything all over again just to import data. So let's just kind of see what I mean here. If I copy this, put this into here, get rid of that, paste that in, but we're gonna swap this over to ETC. You can see it'll auto adjust. So it pulls the normal price, loading, and now it has the Ethereum Classic. So that's why I recommend leave this top one as is, and then just adjust all the ones at the bottom, play around. You can also adjust the Ethereum ASIC numbers here. See, like, let's say 60% is you think is ASIC. Now you can see the percentage of GPUs with ASICs taken off is now 9 million coming out of Ethereum, with 40% of that being GPUs. Now out of 50-50, you know, 11.3 million is that. So look at that. Even with 50% of Ethereum network ASICs, oh, this is what all these prices all messed up. Never mind, hold on. Oh, that's all messed up too. Okay, let's use mine. That's not all messed up. So let's go to 50 here and see what it says. So 50. So okay, income with GP ASIC. Okay, so 11.4 million, and now total income not from Ethereum is 37 million. That's actually pretty good. 220. Is these right here? 226. Look at that. So 50% of the network is ASIC. We're going best case scenario, guys. You think 50% is ASIC? 11.4 million of GPU income out of Ethereum is in GPUs with 50%. So that means income not coming from Ethereum is 37.9 million, which obviously is looking like a way better number. I don't know, something's wrong here. Why is this? Oh crap, we're looking at the loss. Oh, I messed up. We have these numbers here. I thought, sorry guys, I got your hopes up for nothing. I knew something looked fishy there. Okay, 50%. All right, let's look at this. Total income not from Ethereum is 969,000. So not even 1 million. And now with the ASICs taken off, you can see 11.4 million from 50% GPU. So, you know, if it's 50%, do you think, I really think it's only like 30% or so. There's a lot of GPUs on there, but best case scenario, let's hope it, you know, let's say there's 80% ASICs. That drops, that means 4.5 million is in terms of GPUs. You know, that's looking a lot better, but all the other coins still, 20% Ethereum network is still way more than what we're getting out of all the other coins put together by 4 times more. So it's just a little thing. No, that's 80%. I really think that's an unrealistic number. But yeah, you guys have the link. You guys can play with that all you want. Have fun with it. Maybe it'll open up your eyes and, you know, start realizing stuff. 40% is ASIC. Hey, Raptor knows what's going on. What's happening? 20% loss. Are you kidding? What? 20% loss? I would mine even at 20% loss, but not shutting off rigs. You'd mine at 20% loss? That's not a bad. Okay, think about this, and it's gonna be not profitable for a while. So say you have a 12 by RTX 3080 rig burning up $800. It's probably not gonna burn up that much. Say you're burning up about $500-600 a month, and it's mining about 150 Raven coin a month for $600. Now, if you were to take that same $600, buy Raven coin because you think it's going to pump, and end up with like 220 coins, wouldn't you rather buy the coin and get 220 for the same price as power than get 120 mining it at a loss? That's where, you know, the mining at a loss makes 0 sense in my mind. I would rather take that money and buy the crypto. Now, I don't really invest in crypto, so I don't put money in crypto. So the only way I really get it is through mining. So that's how mining does bring a lot of new people to crypto in general, because of that very reason. I don't buy crypto, I mine crypto. That's it. So, you know, that could be the same thing. So once I shut my rigs off, and the whole aspect there, you should buy it instead of paying for the power. I'm not even going to buy the crypto personally myself, but it would be a good investment, but I can't really afford it because I use all this to pay for my power. Obviously YouTube, it does not pay for everything. So I'm going to be coming into some big issues here once Ethereum is gone myself, and I'm going to have to rework a lot of things here, but we'll see what happens. I think ETC is dead now with the ASICs getting firmware updates from ETH to ETC. Now, ETC is probably dead for GPUs, yes, but remember, you can get Jazz miners, you can get those Ipollos. They are way more efficient than any GPU. Now, if you have free power, you'll still be able to, you know, survive on ETC or 1-2 cents per kilowatt hour, but you need very cheap power. But that same principle applies to every other coin once Ethereum is gone. Now, but ETC so far does have the next best potential to absorb most of the hash rate because it is paying miners so much more than the other coins. You can hate on ETC all you want. It is the original ETH. You can still call it ETH once you know, this ETH is gone, but it legitly is paying miners the most out of every other coins, like by lots. So it's pretty crazy. You know, you, like I said, hate on it all you want, but it's the next best thing over Ethereum in the current markets. But yes, all the ASICs are going to be on it, and you know, it's time to rethink how you mine, and it's all going to come to power price. Things are definitely going to change, and I know, like, I don't know, I can't get my head wrapped around. So many people are trying to say keep buying GPUs and expand and yada yada. I would really wait. You know, maybe you miss a boat or something, but I would rather miss a boat than throw away a whole bunch of money down the toilet, because that's the way GPUs are currently looking in terms of expansions. Keep what you got. I'm not saying sell them off. I'm not selling nothing. I'll still be running around looking for coins, trying different things, but I don't plan on doing any mass expansions in terms of GPU mining. You know, I might pick up the odd one or here, there, and there, but I'm not going out and tripling my farm or something on hoping that something's gonna boom. So yeah. Yeah, spam that like button, guys. I can't even see how many we got. What do we got? We got 73 viewers, 31 likes. Hit that like button. 1, 2, 3, and now no one listens to me. Oh my gosh, all I get is hate mail. I'm just kidding. I don't get hate mail. You guys all love me. I know you do. Anyway, this is supposed to be a Q&A, not me just rambling off about whatever. You know, I'll save that for tomorrow. We'll probably talk about all the exact same stuff we get tomorrow, because I don't really have any topics. But, you know, let's ask some questions. You guys curious about something? Want to know something? Let me know. We'll look something up. We'll Google it together. We'll have fun. Tenacious D says, exactly, Rabs. What would they say at that point? I don't know. I kind of go on about everything. And nobody's talking. Is my chat just that slow? Oh, man, did I freeze? Stream frozen, guys? No one's talking to me. You like Zergpool for CPU mining to BTC still? Yeah, Zergpool's good for anything. GPUs, all that. Actually, that reminds me. See how we just brought up Zergpool? I wonder if Raptor Hash is back online yet. Raptor Hash. I still got to check that out. I haven't yet. Oh, yes, Raptor Hash is back online, guys. 201 users. It didn't really pick up much hash rate yet. But what do they got? Oh, so they got is Ergo is not live yet. GR, obviously. Raptorium is ETC hash. All right, they got Ethereum Classic going. I believe they did there. Puro's going. Kapow is. Oh, they got Neo and Raven going, and they got the good old Curve Hash. Oh, I haven't looked up Curve Hash for a while. I wonder what Pulsar, if they've up. You know, let's look at that. Let's look at Pulsar's Discord and see if they have any updates yet. Where are they at? Here they are. I don't see any red lines, so it doesn't look like it. In light of the conversation about roles, brief down. That was on 17th. So yeah, no idea what's going on. Don't know what's going on with Pulsar yet in terms of swapping the algo back to CPUs and not. But if you're unfamiliar with Raptor Hash and you're bullish on Raptorium, this is pretty much what it's called, Raptor Hash, our Raptorium Ocean project, which you can't see because I have that button up. So what they do here is all these coins I just went through, you mine them, and then you get paid out in Raptorium. You can't switch payouts to anything else. It's mine any one of these algos, paid out in Raptorium. Everything's, so you're going to need your Raptorium wallet or go to a smart node for your payout address. But regardless, that's the way it works. It does, remember, this is early beta. It sounds like eventually, once they get more testing and more hash rate over, because you're going to need to find blocks fairly consistent to be able to profit switch and stuff. So it does sound like they do want to implement profit switching across all this for your GPUs and whatnot. So when that happens, you know, it'll come into Kapow. It'll say, oh, Neo's looking pretty good. It's going to mine it. Oh, Ravencoin just pumped up. It's going to mine it. You know, ETC just jumped. It's going to mine it. And it's going to bounce around all this stuff, profit switching. But in the end, you're all going to get paid out in Raptorium, which is what we see in Monero Ocean for your CPUs
And there's a few GPU algos on that as well, except it mines all this stuff and then pays you out into XMR, Monero. So they're doing the same type of thing here, but it's just like a cross version to Raptorium. There we go. Yes, I would take a 20% value hit with 20% loss mining, but I would play long game, try to get the most efficient setup I get. Very risky and very rewarding strat. Yes, that's like me. Like when I was buying on my GPUs, like I got the LHR cards I have are 3060s, version 2s, and they're all unlocked now, obviously. But like I was really picky on my GPUs. You know, I mostly went with A2000s, 3070s, 3060 Ti's. I do have the 13080, but it's in my gaming PC. I also got the 3090, which is an absolute waste of money. But you know what? I had to test it because I have a YouTube channel and I just wanted to see what it could do. I should have sold it off a long time ago. Obviously, I missed the boat on that, so I still have it. So you know, I can just use it for future testing. New coin comes out, great, try it out. This happens, great, try it out. But as we get closer and closer to unprofitable, that's probably going to be the first GPU that gets ripped out of that rig and sit on the shelf, because it's one of the least efficient GPUs that you can mine with is the 3090. Second up is the 3080. The bigger the GPU, yes, they have more density, they have more hash power, but they cause more heat and they are less efficient. The smaller the GPU, the better, especially if it comes to mining. And remember, when mining, don't just, well, we couldn't really, I guess, I'm kind of stuttering here, but when everyone was building the rigs and we were all booming here in this last bull run, you know, we had the scalpers everywhere and you couldn't really pick and choose your GPUs. If you wanted GPUs, you really had to buy anything you get your hands on, whether it's brand GPU it is. So you're like that. I just ignored all that. I stood in line outside Best Buy. I waited. I could have got, obviously, a lot bigger farm than I currently have now if I would have just bought stuff, but then I would have wasted a lot of money and I would have ended up with a lot of inefficiencies and stuff like that. So I took my time. I build slowly. I'm in no huge rush. If I see some great deal, I'll take it. And if I don't, then I just stay away from it. But I was really picky. So I do have mostly efficient GPUs running on it. Like I'm running 2.5 gigahash now, I believe. I'm sitting at about, what am I at? Like, yeah, I know that I got some jazz miners and stuff in there as well. Oh yeah, my PC's offline. But I'm averaging a little over 2 gigahash and I'm only using like 2,500 watts, right? And you know, usually people are like, whoa, how are you so efficient? Well, I'm not running a whole bunch of 3080s. I'm not running a whole bunch of 3090s. You know, I'm running a bunch of A2000 stuff. And for example, say you have a 30 amp 240 volt breaker. That's 7,200 watts. That's 5,760 or something at your 80% rule. If you loaded that thing right up with 3080s, you get about 2 gigahash worth of Ethereum hash rate. If you loaded that up with A2000s, you get about 3 gigahash for the same amount of power. So efficiency is better, especially if you really plan on building out more and more rigs. Don't go out and buy all these inefficient high hash rate. Yes, you like density, do that, but get what's efficient. Now, you guys may know about Django there. He has an absolutely amazing farm. Awesome. And he has a lot of the high powered GPUs. Actually, I get that wrong. By high power, I meant super hash rate, amazing GPUs, but they are probably the most efficient GPUs out there. He's running CMP 170s. I don't know if he has any of those HBMI or whatever, CMP 220s or not, but they're beasts. And they're not just beasts on Ethereum. They're almost like mini GPU ASIC FPGAs. Believe it or not, you can't program or nothing, but that's like the efficiency they got. So NVIDIA, when they released those as mining specific cards, they hit the nail on the hammer. Now we thought originally, you know, they're only good for Ethereum. They got high memory bandwidth and stuff, but they're actually really good on Ravencoin and other algorithms as well. Like the CMP 50s and stuff, they suck. The 90s are okay, but the 170s and those 220s are absolutely amazing on pretty much every algorithm. So, but they're super expensive. But why is this? And this comes down to, I was researching this a while back, and it's because the current gaming gen GPUs, like 3080s, 3060 Ti's, even though it is saying we're utilizing all our GPUs, like 100% if you're an afterburner or something, when it comes to mining, it's saying that, but in theory, we're not really witnessing that. There is probably, we could probably double the hash rate, maybe not a full double. We could probably get another 25 to 40% in theory if these mining devs like Nvidia or T-Rex and stuff figure out how to really unlock the potential, there may be a lot more efficiency boosting coming in the future out of some of these GPUs. So like, I may have lost you somewhere. You probably don't know what I'm talking about, but pretty much, you know, you try to compare an ASIC. Why is an ASIC so efficient? And I was really doing a deep dive. I talked about this a few times in the past if you've been watching the channel, but they utilize the full potential of the cores, where a GPU for gaming doesn't really do that. It's not optimized for mining. And this is probably why we're seeing Team RabidMiner, how they came out with, they did that recent unlocker, and we saw the hash rate stay around the same, but they also dropped the power previously. And then they came out with another one in the form of R mode, which dropped even more power. So Team RabidMiner with those AMD GPUs could definitely be onto something in doing this, where we still have not yet seen this on the NVIDIA GPU. So it's very, very interesting on this. Like, Jazz miners, you know, pulling out 540 mega hash for only 295 watts, 310 with the latest upgrade, but they're fully utilizing their chips, where we're not doing that yet on our current generation of our GPUs for mining per se. So I don't know. I think there's still a lot more potential out there, and it's all going to come down to T-Rex miner and stuff. And Hugo Don, thank you very much for being a member for 6 months. Now, does any of you guys agree with me? Do you guys disagree? Do you understand kind of what's going on here? And that's kind of why I think those CMP cards, the 170s and stuff, NVIDIA kind of did that by doing some tweaking and stuff. And they're unlocking core potential and stuff, because they're all promoted as stripped down cores with high memory bandwidth for Ethereum mining. That's how, you know, a lot of PC gamer websites and everything we're talking about. This is strictly made it. There is no video output, yada, 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 and so on. As a miner, I never plan on selling my card. So I know we all say, oh, I don't want one of those. Its resale value is garbage, but it sounds like everybody wants to, you know, mine so efficiently. I would 100% purchase CMP cards, because they're the best cards for mining. If you really want to be a miner, you want the equipment that does the best for you, and those are like the most efficient GPUs. And he has them all, that Django, and his farm looks absolutely amazing in that data center. So if you guys haven't checked him out on YouTube or his Twitter posts and pictures, so, oh my gosh, his farm is amazing. Anyway, yeah, continuing on about all that little rant. I know you dislike the A4000, but I like my little heaters during the winter, all around 530 kilohash per watt. Nice, nice, awesome. That sounds kilohash per watt. It sounds like you're using a software number though, and I highly disregard using any I guess software numbers when trying to say how much GPU is in efficiency, because it's always wrong. I think NVIDIA cards are most efficient at 5,000 to 5,500 memory. If you go 1 megahertz lower, it will drop to 800 megahertz, which was great with Ton mining. Interesting. See if I can get 80 cards online today. Take those profits. 80 cards, insane. That's awesome. Oh my gosh, I feel like it's getting hot here already. Do we have any other questions? There's something else I want to talk about. I totally forgot what it was. You know, that's what we do here. We're just all over the place. I don't stick to a plan. I don't say, okay, we're going to look at this, this, and this. Thank you for coming. We're out of here. I'm all over the place. We talk about everything that pops up at every single time. So pretty random here. It's kind of hard to put a stream title in because we don't know what we're going to do. You know, you come to the RabidMining channel, it's always a surprise. Baseball. Yeah, let's talk about baseball. When I was, you know, in junior high, I used to play baseball. I played AAA Pee Wee baseball. I played basketball for a while too. I was on Team Alberta, and then I also played volleyball and made it to Western Canadian National Volleyball Team. So that was fun. And then I hit high school, and I quit everything and started drinking. There's my story. And then I went to drilling rigs, and now I'm a miner. There's my life story. Anyway. So how's that go? Is that good? Same here. Yastik's the same. Awesome. Now we know I'm over 6 feet tall. No, I'm not. I'm about. I'm slightly under 6. Pretty close. But in grade 8, I could dunk a basketball. I had about a 3.5 foot vertical. I could literally, I felt like I was flying. People are always like, wow, but
I would jump. Like if I put my hand straight up instead of my tiptoes, anything about half a foot to a foot above my hand, I could hit my head on that. I would just soar. Woo! It was crazy. It was awesome. But yeah, I can't do that anymore. What are you paying for power in CA? I am at, well, in Alberta here, I'm at, well, with everything running currently, I'm at about 16.7 cents. Now, I'm locked in at the power company at 6.8 cents. 6.8 cents. I got nice cheap power from the power company, but because I am in a rural area outside of any town, you know, so I'm in a little small town, middle of nowhere, and I get charged 3 other fees. One is a distribution fees, one is a transmission fee. They're like set charges, and I can't remember what the other one's called. They also charge a 0.02 whatever per kilowatt hour used as well. In the end, it ends up to being more than what I pay for power. So essentially it over doubles my power cost that I'm locked in at. So it sucks. It's retarded. I hate it. And that's why when I say like, dude, something's 10 cents more profitable on a GPU, I'm going to shut off my GPUs for only 10 cents because I will drop my power consumption probably by a good 4 to 5 cents per kilowatt hour, making my CPUs more profitable. Or if something bounces around the other way, I'll shut the CPUs off and go back to the GPUs and bounce around that way. But it all comes down to the power I use. So in theory, I'm kind of on a variable rate, but it's coming from third parties here, which rip you off like crazy. So it sucks. Horrible. And I'm looking into solar panels, and speaking of that, so I found a new company around Canada here that has new solar panels. They're not quite where I want yet. Probably have to wait a year or so, but usually, you know, we look at some solar panels, then the latest good ones are around what, 450 watts per panel. Well, there's new ones now that are around 700 watts, so almost double the power per panel, and they're only like an extra inch taller and a half an inch wider. So way more efficient, which means you could pretty much double up your power consumption in the same amount of space as a previous solar system. I have seen some rumors that they're looking at 1 kilowatt panels, 1,000 watts per panel. That'd be absolutely insane. That'd be ideal. So I might hold off a year or something, because why get a huge solar system? Like I said, I mentioned this stuff in the past as well. Right now, solar, you need a lot of space. If I want to fully convert, you know, I'm only utilizing like maybe 6,000-7,000 watts. If I wanted to convert that, I need probably about 3,000 or 4,000 square feet of property room in order just to stake panels everywhere. So picture doubling that up for the same power. Now, I don't want solar just to accommodate full power potential. I want solar to be able to expand into. So I want to like double or triple whatever I'm using now to that within solar. So these bigger panels are definitely going to help that out. Solar isn't for everybody. We all talk about solar, get solar, cheap power, free power, whatever. You know, it takes so much room. It doesn't seem anyone is mentioning that the room that these solar panels take pretty much makes it unachievable for most people. The best you could probably get is maybe migrate some. You can only slam a few panels on your roof. You're obviously not going to be able to 100% cover your power. If you don't live on an acreage or something, you're pretty much screwed here. If you're living in the city in an apartment, you probably can't get solar, and you probably don't really have many rigs anyway because you're very limited on power. So you're probably running a little KD box or, you know, an Ipollo miner, which is 100% fine. That's what they're designed for. They're for nice small form residential miners, and they're nice, efficient, not much power. But you really need a lot of room to run solar. So as these panels get more and more efficient, obviously that could open the door for more people to utilize them. And I think I'm going to wait a little more. I don't want to jump the gun because, like I said, I want to get more power to build into. And you can, here, based on rules, I can sell the excess power until I build into it back to the power company, so I can get paid for having solar on top of that. So, you know, that's why I say I'm going 100% or nothing. I can't see myself paying off a solar bill as well as paying the power company still. It makes 0 sense about the migrations. I don't have 40 cents per kilowatt hour, so it's either all in or nothing in my perspective. But again, depending where you are, you know, get your ideas, get your views from anywhere out there, everyone else, not financial advice. But this is just how I'm looking at the whole solar aspect. I go into farm beans. I want to make a wind power park. The The re sucks too. Apartment, no room for solar. Looks like I'm going to have to ask my boss if I can put 2 of my rigs in the server room. Nice, do it. Do it. Yes, just like me, I get paid for the power I deliver. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, see, that's the best way. If you can look into that, if you can, then why not get extra? And it's at the whole bunch. So that's what I was wondering. Can you almost scam the power companies with a whole bunch of solar? Like seriously, if you lock in, say, okay, I want to go to you guys because you know I locked in at 6.8 cents, but if these guys are charging you 16 or 17 cents, could I switch to them? But I have solar, and they're supposed to buy it back or whatever they charge you. So I'm gonna switch to these guys because they're charging me like 20 cents per kilowatt hour, and then sell it back to them. I don't know if that can be done. Is that like scamming the system? I don't really know, but that's something I would do. It makes more sense in my mind. Why would I want to? That's like charging them, you know, trying to get what you want. You're selling grain somewhere, obviously you want the highest price. So instead of shopping for the lowest price when you're paying for power, we're shopping for the highest price because we're exporting our power. You know, I don't know if it's gonna work that way, but I think that would be pretty sweet. That's definitely what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try it for sure. If I ever get to the part where I can sell, I have excess solar panel, I'm gonna be shopping for the highest bidder. No, you want to rip off people? Well, guess what? You're getting it right back. There we go. That's what I think about that. Anyway, that's not how it works here. You pay 40 cents and only get 0.7 cents. Interesting. Yeah, but here, I looked it up. In Alberta, they have to buy it back. If you're providing electricity to the grid. Now, if you're an off-grid system, obviously, you know, it doesn't matter. If you're an on-grid system, then you're connected to the power. And then if the power goes up, they have to shut the power down to work on a line. Your power is out. Your solar will be out at that point on an on-grid. So that would kind of suck. So you do need a full off-grid if that's a concern. But when you are on grid, it's written in the Alberta government here that they have to buy back the power. If you're providing excess power back into the grid, they buy it back at the same price that they would be charging you. So that's how it works here. And that's how I would look for why I would look for the highest powered company I can find. What you say about ETH plus Caspa dual mining? Well, I said that I don't do it. I might look into it to, you know, do like a how to mine or something. A few people said it uses quite a bit more power. Any dual mining, like I remember, what did I try? I tried, I don't know what, I believe it was Toncoin while I did do it for a while, and it didn't use that much extra power, but at the same time, the little extra that it did use wasn't worth it to me because, again, I'd gain an extra 1 cent per kilowatt hour. Now, if you only have a couple cards, then go ahead. But if you start, you know, if you have 20 to 30, 40 GPUs, I don't know what I'm at. I'm around 31 or 32 GPUs now or something. I can't remember. But the more GPUs you have, you start using more and more power. And for me, it doesn't make it worthwhile. So everyone's in a different situation. It all comes down to how you pay for your power, where you get your power, how much your power is. And I can't just say, yes, do it. It's awesome. It's more profitable, because what's profitable for me might not be profitable for you. And what's profitable for someone else might not be profitable for me, because they have a totally different situation on their power. So you can't just say, do this because it's profitable, because it might not be to someone else. So it's kind of misinterpretation. Dual mining Ton burnt up my power cores. Really? Oh my gosh, that's insane. And Caspa is supposed to be a lot more power demanding. So in that case, Quincy Jackson, I would say do not dual mine with Caspa. If Ton burnt up your cable, that's crazy. Where'd you get your cables? Are they Chinese knockoff? The best place to mine is get a river power plant. Yeah, crazy. Corsair. You want Corsair? Oh, really? The Corsair ones? Interesting. And EVGA? Oh my gosh. So they're like out of ATX PSUs were burnt up. Wow. Okay, that sucks. That's definitely doing something. There's something going on there. Were they all tight? Nothing was loose? Was it the cables or the pins? Pins are the weak spot, and it's usually the weak points unless you get cheap Chinese knockoff cables. Now, what do I mean by that? Say you buy 14 gauge cables, and you know they're nice and thick. You get them like awesome, nice 14 gauge standard quality cables. But if you cut them open, you measure the wires, they might be 18 to 20 gauge because they put so much insulation around it to trick you. So therefore, they charge you for 14 gauge,
but gave you cheap 18 to 20 gauge. And then that's when you will kind of start melting the wires. But usually if the wires are up to spec, the pins are the weak point in any of your crypto operations. That's why you usually see the pins melting in certain points. Also, the slightest, it doesn't have to be much. If you have a slight disconnection going on, like it's gapping there, slowly arcs, that's a major issue and why people melt cables and everything as well. You should always check your rigs. Probably, like, you don't have to do it once a week, once a month, but you know, some people don't go look at their rigs for a year and a half. You got to remember, there's slight vibrations always happening. I see some people with their OCTOMINER cases going up sideways. Now they are screwed in, that's, you know, totally fine, but if you don't tighten it tight enough, that screw could slowly back out. And if it does do that and you're on there, your GPU could then start to slightly tilt. And over time, if you don't actually maintain and check your stuff, it will slowly slip out. And what happens once your PCI Express gets a little loose? We have seen this with risers all the time. Once they come a little loose, they will start melting your PCI Express on your motherboard. They'll melt your PCI Express potentially if they arc a little bit in your riser, as well as your GPU is cut as well. So always kind of make sure everything is tight. And if you're starting to notice little types of issues with your rigs, then I would really, you know, recommend, you know, having reboot issues or something. Start with the main easy things first. Shut your rig off. Check all your connections, make sure they're in, make sure they're tight, all your PCI Express, cables to breakout boards, cables to your PSUs, everything. Make sure every cable is tight. And then maybe your GPU is dirty or something, clean it out, whatever, turn it on. And if it's still rebooting, swap out a riser or something. And that usually is the issue with most cases when something starts to become unstable after it's been stable for so long. It's something like that. It's either a quick cleaning, something is vibrating loose, just check everything, or possibly just swap out a riser. But be very careful. And you know, that just leads to things. The same place where DJ mines cables by. Yeah, I seen that picture. His one cable went, it melted right at the breakout board there. So I didn't really see the whole story. I think it was a tweet, wasn't it? He said, don't get cheap cables or something. Now, I don't know if it's I didn't see what it was all about. If he got a cheap cable, it wasn't like, it might not have been the cable's fault. It could be the miner error. So like I said, it could have slowly came loose or something, or it wasn't in all the way in the first place. So those are little things to always make sure things are tight, because you can have the best cables in the world, and if they're slightly loose, you'll melt them. You'll melt your pins out or something. So always just make sure everything is tight. Did you hear about the new JazzMiner X4Q? Yes, I did. It's about 1 gigahash for about 440 watts or so. It's supposed to be extremely quiet, unlike the X41U, which is, you know, extreme. Well, it's not extremely loud. The decibels is low on it. It's just that it's a high-pitched scream from such little fans, you know, rocking away at about 16,000 RPM. So that's what's causing the loud screaming noise on those jazz miners. But yeah, the Q version is a nice quiet version. It's supposed to have 1 gigahash for 400 some watts, which is extremely efficient, and it is very quiet. But I believe it still only has 5 gigabytes of memory, just like the one used. And I believe all the jazz miners are around 5 gigs, which is okay for ETC. That's still good till 2028 or something. Extremely efficient, should ROI itself in theory, depending, you know, how much hash moves to ETC, what the price hits, stuff like that. I'm trying to get my hands on one. I have not really heard anything on it yet. They just keep saying, you know, we're supposed to be getting shipments soon. I'll talk to you then. It's pretty much what I'm getting out of that, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I have heard about those. They look pretty darn sweet. I don't know the price range or anything are on them yet. That's why it's in your bathroom, right? Yes, that is why it's in my bathroom, because the bathroom's done down here. It's a guest bathroom. No one uses it, so it's just hanging out in there. Well, my parents use it when they come to visit sometimes, but it's in there. It's got the roof and everything complete, walls, everything up, insulation. So it's quiet in there once the door's shut. So that's why it's hanging out in the bathroom. It's kind of like its own box. You can make boxes. I have seen them online. You take some of the, you know, that noise foam stuff that you use for padding your room out when you're recording stuff. You take some of that little box, intake fan, and you can quiet it up and set it anywhere, but I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna put it in the bathroom because it works, and it's cheaper because you still have to pay like $50 for all the parts to make that box. Earplugs the way to go. Awesome. Maybe remove those fans and then print a bigger shroud and use bigger fans. True. That's I wouldn't be able to print a bigger shroud because my printer is a small one. Well, I could do it in pieces. That would be all right, but no, I don't mind. The noise doesn't bother me. It bothers everyone else here. The little one there when they say they can't sleep at night, and it took a couple days. I was like, but it's making me money, and it's the most efficient miner I got. Yeah, eventually I had to move it. I lost that battle. Oh, crazy. Maybe remote. Okay, yeah, we went through that. The highest old man can't hear that anymore. Yeah. I buy my cores from Mono Price. Interesting. I don't think I've ever shopped there. Oh, cool. All right, guys. So we've been live for a little while. Remember, check out my Arc gaming channel here, guys. Check it out. Be sure to check out this video here. This is my latest. Just gonna take this, stop it, copy from my. I'm gonna give you the link. There's the link. Check out my gaming channel. I'm gonna be making a video later on today. I might go live there today. I don't really know. We'll see what happens. I've been doing most of the whole episodes as live streams, but I might just start making videos because I haven't been getting watch hours through the live stream, so we gotta make videos for that. Oh, we got a question here from Z-Tech. Is it possible that the mining gonna be unprofitable even with free electricity, never ROI? Now, if you have free electricity, you'll be profitable no matter what. So yeah, if you seriously have free electricity, you have zero worries. It's probably going to drop. You know, you might make 20-50 cents a day or something, but you're still making money and you have no expenses. So that's the biggest expense out of any crypto miner is the power cost to run the race. So if you're dealing with free electricity, you have zero worries. You can mine with anything you want. Absolutely anything. You can throw all your Polaris cards online. You don't even have to overclock anything. Just max the hash rate out of everything. That's what I do with free power, maximize that hash rate, but I can't. I pay for power, so I gotta try to tweak everything as efficient as I possibly can. But no, Z-Tech, you'll be just fine. You got free power, you'll still be in the green no matter what. Thanks. See you in the land of the lost. All right, guys, sounds good. All right, so I will see you guys all on the next one. I gotta find my button here. There we go. Thanks for coming, and Rabid out.